Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with SureCall. Today's host is Jason Hayes. He is their National Account Manager today. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free to submit them in the question box, and I'll ask them to Jason at the end of today's presentation. Jason, thank you so much for your time and being with us today. I am finished for now. Please go ahead and take it on over.
Okay, great. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, I'm happy to be here today. It's always good to be with the Microcom team, and it's great to be back. I will run through this overview presentation and then take questions at the end. And like I say, happy to be here. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it today. The presentation today is a little bit of a review. We'll kind of quickly go through who is SureCall and some of the basic causes of a weak cellular signal, and then how our product works to create a solution for that. And then kind of a quick consumer product overview that's applicable to Microcom and its customers. So really quickly, a little history about SureCall. We were founded in 2001. Our headquarters are in Fremont, California. I'm actually out of a satellite office in St. George, Utah, and I travel quite a bit, but you can always reach me either via text or email when I'm on the road. I'll get back to you as soon as I can if you have a pressing question or a concern. And we actually have other team members that are scattered across the eastern states as well. So we're pretty nimble. If a customer needs assistance, we can usually attack it pretty quickly. But we design and manufacture award-winning cell phone signal boosters, both for the vehicle and for in-building, which we'll get into a little bit later on. We also offer the best-in-class support for all of our dealer partners. We do free building design and layout schematics for larger structures. We have full-time tech support staff Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we offer a 3-year warranty on all of our products, which is the best available in the industry. So a couple of things that set SureCall apart from the competition. We have a 1% rate of return, which is also the best in the industry, and that's across all product lines. So very rare that we get a lot of returns. A lot of that's due to our compartmentalized design, and you can see this photograph, this image off to the right, that kind of illustrates the compartmentalized design. If you think of a typical circuit board, that's normally very similar to what you would see inside of a cell phone booster like this. And ours is the only one that's designed with these compartmentalized ceramic separators, if you will. And so you can kind of see the different channels there. Each of those channels is actually a different carrier frequency that's being boosted. And so we have these ceramic filters to keep those separated and isolated from one another, so there's no overlap, there's no bleed over. And that just basically means we can deliver a much more clean and concise signal boost. So everything works better, there's no bleed over or noise or sound kind of overlapping on each frequency boost. Just gives you a much cleaner boosted signal. And that's on the uplink and downlink lanes. So it provides maximum performance. All of our boosters that we're going to talk about today boost signal for all phones, all carriers in the U.S. and Canada. So keep that in mind as we go forward. A couple of quick things that can cause a weak cell signal, and I think most of you are familiar with this, but just in case you don't know, a lot of building materials these days really mess with cell phone signal. Low E glass and radiant barriers on windows and even metallic window tint can kind of hinder a signal from coming into a building. A building that has a lot of metal or concrete or a metal roof, something like that, will really kill a cell phone signal. Also, terrain like mountains, or if you're low down in a valley, a lot of foliage can hinder signal. And then, of course, distance from a cell tower. everyone thinks, okay, I'm too far from a cell tower, I know it's going to cause weak signal. Sometimes we forget that if we're too close to a cell tower, that can actually cause a problem with the signal. And so our products address all of those concerns, and we have ways of overcoming those. So a couple of the applications where this is pretty prominent would be homes and offices, small and medium buildings, public safety applications, which we're not really going to touch on today, but just so you know, we have a couple of products that address the public safety frequencies for paramedics and police and firefighters. Also, schools and universities use our products quite a bit, hospitals and medical facilities, hotels, schools, anything from an elementary school all the way up to schools and universities, colleges and universities like we mentioned here. So really anywhere that you can think of indoors, we have a specific solution for that size building or for that fit. And then, of course, we have our mobile boosters for cars, trucks, vans, RVs, and fleets. So the way a SureCall product works is very simple. Whether it's for a vehicle or whether it's in a building, there are a couple of basic components. The main one is the outside antenna. That's the key product that brings in that weak outside signal or that strong outside signal, depending on where you're at, and then goes into the signal booster itself using coax cable. And then the inside antenna broadcasts that boosted signal into the home or office or vehicle. And then, of course, the only other thing we need is a power supply. The building units plug into the wall, and the vehicle units typically come with a DC power supply plug into the cigarette lighter. So on the in-building side, the main kind of leader in the in-building solution side of things for consumers is our Fusion for Home product. It comes in a lot of various kits. I know the Microcom team is pretty familiar with our Fusion for Home kit. You guys do really well with this. This is a solution that boosts signal in a home up to about 4,000 square feet. Price range, depending on kit configuration, anywhere from $500 to about $550 on that. And these are all FCC and carrier approved ahead of time, so your customer doesn't need any special approval. It boosts signal for all carriers, voice and data. 4G LTE data signals are covered on this, and it eliminates missed and dropped calls and improves the 4G data speeds. So this is a scalable solution, meaning that you can add inside antennas to it. There's no programming required. It self-attenuates, and it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee, and of course our standard 3-year warranty. So on the smaller side of things, on our in-building solutions, I've got a couple of them listed here, the Easy 4G kit and the Flare kit. And these are both for smaller home office use, maybe a basement or a dorm or an apartment, something that's a little bit smaller square footage. These are also complete kits, just like the Fusion for Home. Everything that you need to make this system function is included in the package. The Easy 4G boosts up to about 2,000 square feet, and the Flare boosts up to about 2,500 square feet. It's just a little bit more powerful. Both retail for $399. And like the Fusion for Home, these are FCC and carrier approved. They cover all voice and data signals. They have the same 30-day money-back guarantee and the same 3-year warranty. So a quick diagram. This is representing the Easy 4G and how it is set up inside that smaller area. The Easy 4G booster is actually built into that round window mount antenna. That's a signal catcher antenna that has the booster built right into it. And so in this case, with the Easy 4G, it shows it mounted in the window, which is what you'd want to do, someplace where you have the strongest signal. And then the cable connects over to the inside desktop antenna piece. And then you can see it's just plugged in there. And that desktop antenna, typically you want that somewhat centrally located to disperse that boosted signal into the area, and that'll give you a nice signal boost wherever you need it. On the Flare product, the same concept, it's just configured a little bit differently. This one we actually have the full outside antenna that we recommend be mounted outside. The higher the better, typically on the roof. And then with the Flare, the booster itself is actually built into that inside antenna or that desktop piece. And so it's just kind of the concept or the idea is the exact opposite of the EZ4G. We're building the booster into that inside antenna, and so you can set that inside piece on a table or a desk or a countertop or anywhere really that's centrally located, and it'll radiate that boosted signal throughout. And so that one's, like I mentioned before, a little bit more powerful, boosts up to about 2,500 square feet. And like the EZ4G, it just plugs into the wall there. On the mobile side of things, we've got a couple of solutions here, and this actually needs to be updated. We now have a Fusion to Go 3.0 and a Fusion to Go 3.0 RV, but essentially we discontinued the old one, and we just did a running upgrade on all of those. So this is now the Fusion to Go 3. The Fusion to Go 3 is the most powerful mobile booster available. It's about twice as powerful as the next competitor's mobile booster. It has a really powerful low-profile magnet mount antenna. It's got the inside antenna that radiates boosted signal for really anyone in the cab of the vehicle. 2 or 3 or 4 people could benefit from that boosted signal, even if they are all using different carriers. Same thing with the Fusion to Go RV. The RV kit just comes with a different kit configuration and a longer coax cable and a bigger outside antenna so that you can really boost signal inside an entire trailer or RV. So those are really the only differences there. But on the mobile side of things, we're more concerned with getting people through that dead zone. So the idea here is we want to take you from one coverage area to the next and through that dead zone. And so the Fusion to Go 3 will get you much, much further down the road without losing signal or dropping a call. And of course it boosts voice and data, just like all of our indoor boosters do. So this is a quick diagram of how this would be installed, how the Fusion to Go 3 would be installed inside of a vehicle. So this would be, something that you could install inside a car, truck, or van. And the picture here obviously shows a little vehicle, a hatchback, and you've got the magnet antenna up on the roof. That can be towards the back of the vehicle or the center of the vehicle, as you prefer. And then the booster actually mounts underneath the seat. The driver's or the passenger's seat is usually what we recommend, and it's got an inside antenna that can be positioned centrally, either on the shoulder or armrest of the seat, and then plugs into the DC power supply there. The Fusion to Go RV, the concept is the same. Like I said, we just have a bigger outside antenna that mounts on the top of the RV, connects to the booster, and then it has a little antenna that can connect right to the booster and transmit that boosted signal throughout the RV. Just like the other version, this is for voice and data, so you can stay connected on the road to all of your apps or games or streaming media or whatever floats your boat there. So on the support side of things, SureCall supports and invests in their dealers. We've got free web-based installer certification training, probably a little bit more advanced than what most consumers are going to need. But if they want to get a really deep dive overview into the technical side of things, these are the days and times that we do this weekly for the certified installer training. There's the web access link and the dial-in call bridge. We also, I'll send this presentation to Julie after we're done, and you can click on that hyperlink there to get a product catalog, which provides a comprehensive list of all of our products. We also have marketing support if you need to download data sheets or user guides or any images. And then I've also included a link to our SureCall YouTube channel, which we call SureCall University, which gives you nice product overviews or install guides or any kind of walkthroughs or Q&A type videos that you can send out to customers. Anything like that that you need is completely free and is there at your fingertips. Of course, keep in mind we have our free system design and tech support. And this is my information here. Like Julie mentioned, I'm Jason Hayes. I'm the National Account Manager. That's my direct line and that's my direct email. So anytime you need to get a hold of me, you can. Like I mentioned, I travel quite a bit, but I will always get back to you. So I will now open it up to any questions that any of you may have.
Hey, Jason, thank you very much for that presentation. We enjoyed it very much. And I do got some questions here for you. Let's go ahead and get started with this first one. Just kind of like an overall general question. Compared to other competitors, can you tell us what makes SureCall different?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. So we pride ourselves on our customer service. We go above and beyond to make sure that a customer is happy with the product. If that means we've got to send them a new product or even a free product upgrade, we're happy to do that. As I mentioned early on in my presentation, we've got a bit of a smaller team than some of our competitors out there, which makes us more nimble. Makes us, I feel, a little bit more personable, but we've got a team kind of scattered here and there throughout the U.S. so we can be on site pretty quickly if we need to. It's rare that we need to do that, but we have the ability to. And then, like I mentioned, we're the only ones that have that compartmentalized booster design with the ceramic filtering that really cuts down on issues and problems, noise and feedback, and basically leads to that really low 1% return rate. So all of those things combined, not to mention our 3-year manufacturer's warranty. Most guys max out at about 2 years. So we really stand behind our product, and all of those things combined set us apart from our competition big time.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Jason. Appreciate it. Next question here. Are there any plans from SureCall for 5G solutions?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. And of course, as all the carriers are talking about 5G and moving in that direction, definitely, that's absolutely something that we have to be ready for. Our engineers and our designers are working on those solutions as we speak, and obviously we won't be releasing those or really even talking in great length about those until the carriers really get to a point where they're up and running on 5G. But the short answer is yes, absolutely. When carriers move to 5G, we will have 5G solutions, definitely.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Jason. Next question. So then at this point, are all your models available, cover 3G and 4G? Would that be correct?
That's absolutely correct. We've kind of, at this point, it was kind of a slow transition there for a while, but at this point, all of our products are 3G, 4G, voice and data, yes.
Great. Thank you so much. Next question. You had mentioned that the flare booster comes with an outside antenna. Is that antenna meant for outside only, or could it possibly be used indoors?
Yeah, that's a great question. It is intended primarily for outdoor use, but the answer is yes. You could mount that antenna inside. If you get a stronger signal at a window, or I've talked to customers who live in an apartment complex and they're like, hey, I just can't get this on the roof, but maybe they can mount it inside their window or outside their window on the wall or something. And the answer is yes, you can do that, and that antenna will still work. But our recommendation is always the higher the better. If you can get it outside the building, that's better, and if you can get it on the roof, that's even better still. But the unit will still perform even if you can't get the antenna outside. assuming that you have a halfway decent signal to latch onto and boost.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question here. Can you touch base a little bit regarding your support? You put up a lot of information, which is great. But what would be the best hours one should keep in mind to reach out to you guys for support?
Oh, yeah. So for our tech support guys, our tech support team is available, as I mentioned in the beginning there, and I guess I can scroll all the way back to it, but our tech support guys are there 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday, and anything outside of that range of support, I would say just reach out directly to me, either by phone or text or email. And usually, even if I'm traveling, I can always respond to an email in the evening at the end of my day or that kind of thing. And often I can respond even quicker. So if it's outside of that 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time window, Monday through Friday, just reach out to me directly and I can get an answer for you right away.
Excellent. Thank you for that. I see you did have the times there, but thank you for going over that with us again. Is there a SureCall community forum, or would you say we could find everything we're looking for with all the resources you put up there?
Yeah, there's not an official SureCall forum per se, but between our website and our asset library and all the different resources that I've included in this presentation, you should be covered for anything that you may need. And if you have trouble finding it, or if you need something that you don't feel is included on one of those resources, reach out to me and I will get it for you as quickly as I can.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Next question here. With the Fusion to Go RV model, will this support usage outside of the U.S.?
Yeah, so all of the boosters that we've talked about today the frequencies that they boost are North American frequencies. So it's primarily U.S. and Canada. Now, a lot of these products will work in South America, specifically Mexico, because the frequencies are very similar. But, if you were to take one of these to Europe or, Asia, they really wouldn't perform because the frequencies are so different over there that they're using.
Understood. Thank you. And yes, regarding your 3-year warranty, I think it is the best in the business. If an RMA would be needed within that 3-year warranty time period, what would be a turnaround replacement time one could expect?
Oh, those are relatively quick. Typically we'll just recall the product. We'll send out a shipping label, and I would say that the total turnaround time, especially inside of the U.S., is about a week, and that would be on the longer side. So it's a pretty quick turnaround to get a replacement.
Thank you, Jason, for that. That is an excellent return time. And thank you so much for the presentation and answering all those questions. Thanks to everyone for attending today. And if anyone possibly has any further questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. If you wish to view any of the products mentioned or shown here today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. And remember, this webinar presentation has been recorded and it will be uploaded to our YouTube channel as well. Thank you again, Jason, and to everybody. Appreciate your time. We'll hope to do this again in the future, and take it easy, everybody. Have a fantastic day.
Julie, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye.